Hey guys, what is going on? It is Dunbar Snack Bar here with MLB 13 this show, and as promised, we have got the home run derby here. So next video that I'll be doing out of the Braves franchise here will be the All-Star game. So it kind of lets you know I'm still a little bit behind with things, but anyway, so looking at the contestants here, it is going to be a pretty tough going here for everybody. I'm not going to lie, Freddie Freeman is going to be my personal favorite here because I'd like to see somebody from the Braves end up winning this one here. So he'll get things started off here. He'll set the tempo by which everybody else will follow. And when I was doing this home run derby, I just got done playing that Reds game here that I posted in the last episode out of this, the Cuban Missile Crisis one. I was just like, oh, home run derby. That won't take too long. And then like an hour and a half later, I'm just like, geez, I'm not done with this yet. I had to stop and take a couple breaks and stuff like that right in the middle of it here just because of how long that this took. So the way that I'm going to be doing it here, because it took that long, there's no way that I could fill all of that time, just talking about the home run derby and things like that. So with every single contestant here, I'll show a few home runs from their outing, and of course in between I will let you know how everybody did. But I'm just going to get this right out of the way here from the beginning. This is not realistic at all with the home run totals that we're going to be seeing out of people. I mean, like right here, you can see Freddie Freeman just hit his 16th home run here. So not something you're going to be seeing too often out of everybody here. And Freddie Freeman doesn't end this round here with the top. I'm just going to say that too. So anyway, with the All-Star break here, it does allow me to take some time to kind of reflect on what happened on the first part of the season and to see if there's any changes that I really need to make. Honestly, I've been very impressed with the Braves just all around. So I went into this particular season here just not knowing necessarily what I would expect here. The Braves, just a great team, don't get me wrong here, but I thought, with the loss of Chipper Jones, this team wouldn't necessarily play as fun as it really has been. But I've got to say, out of all the teams that I've done, which is really 3, for franchise mode, it's the Cubs, the Tigers, and now the Braves. The Braves have definitely been my favorite. We have some great starting pitching. With Medlin and with Minor, the way that they're going, and we've just brought in Dallas Braden, who's been doing very, very well here. He even does a little bit better in the second half of the season, or the start of the second half at least. So that part's been kind of nice. With the Tigers franchise, that I think is what stood out more than anything else, was just the great starting pitching. So, I mean, you had Verlander, you had Scherzer, you had Doug Fister. I mean, you had a lot of great pitchers there too. So that's one thing that's been nice that has carried on from last year's franchise on into this one here, by the way that I play. The one thing that I think has stood out more than anything else, and you guys have known this too, is the hitting aspect. So I had the big 3 with the Tigers. I had Miguel Cabrera, I had Prince Fielder, and I had Victor Martinez. Those guys, they were ridiculous. So, and I had it set up in just a great way. Victor Martinez would get on base, and then we would see Prince Fielder or Miguel Cabrera go ahead and just bring him home, usually with a big blast. But, on the Braves right now, I don't have just 3 great hitters. I mean, I've got a lot of guys who are hitting very, very well. McCann's hitting great for power, so is Dan Uggla. Upton is up there too when it comes to power. Hayward, of course, as well. But the thing is these guys have speed on the base pass as well. Last year, it was just Austin Jackson. That was it. That's the only person I could steal bases with. Now, I've got so many different weapons to be able to steal bases. My offensive production has just skyrocketed. And I think that that's what has made things really, really fun. Is because, I'll take advantage of the singles that I get. And I know it's, the scores that you see and stuff like that can sometimes be very skewed because the amount of base running that I do is not normal. In fact, far from it. I think a manager would get a lot of flack if he was sending base runners as often as I do. That's one of the advantages of playing a video game, is you really don't have to live or be restricted by those type of standards. So, I may get just a little single out of Hayward, but within a couple of pitches, he's sitting over there on third base waiting for Brian McCann or something like that to go ahead and hit a fly ball and bring him home. So I'm liking how this Braves team has been playing out here. I don't anticipate making any changes anytime soon. Can't wait for a couple months for Beachy to get back off of that injury that he's been suffering through. But I don't know what's going to happen with the rotation because the way that Dallas Braden has been pitching, so he started off, of course, with a loss. Like the first time I pitched with him, you guys saw I lost with him. But since then, he's really been able to bounce back and has a better record than Beachy does. So I might go ahead and keep him in there. I'm trying to go ahead and get rid of Oswalt just because every time that I bring him in, it's terrible. Now, when the computer brings him in, that's a different story here, but I don't think I'm going to be simulating for too much longer here with a lot of the games. I'm actually caught up on playing the games to what's going on in real life. I just haven't been able to go ahead and post them or anything like that. So this will kind of help me get caught up because there's, of course, those few days off. But All-Star Game should be coming up tomorrow here. Anyway, so the starting rotation is going to be interesting to see what happens with that. So I'm going to go ahead and not really plan on anything until I get to that point because there's a lot that could happen between now and the time that Beach comes back, I think in a month. That would let me know what to do. So anyway, we'll see if we can even get rid of Oswalt because if we get rid of Oswalt, I don't know. I might make a few changes here because you guys have seen Joel Benjamin is one of the guys in my starting rotation, or not in my starting rotation, excuse me. He's in the bullpen as one of my long relief pitchers, but he's really not the best at all. I might move Oswalt down to AAA and then see who I can bring up in his place just to kind of solidify things a little bit better. But the bullpen has done a tremendous job for me. We've got Kimbrel, who is leading the league right now in saves. Collectively, our team is leading in doubles. We are leading, of course, in stolen bases, I think by a huge margin by now. But all around, the Braves have been doing really, really good. I think we've got a very strong shot to be able to make it to the World Series. I think we're a shoo-in for the playoffs at this point, and that's kind of awesome to be able to say at the midpoint of the season that your team is kind of in a shoo-in here for the playoffs. But I don't know. We've got a pretty big lead. I think we're 9 games over the Phillies right now, who's second place in the American League East. So as I go into the All-Star Game next, I mean, it is imperative that I end up winning this one. So a lot of times I'll just be like, well, it's the All-Star Game, whoop-de-doo. I'll just go ahead and play through it. But because I know the potential that the Braves team has and how we really could end up going the distance, I don't know. It's really, really important that I end up winning this one here. So, got a lot of all-stars in the game as well. Of course, you saw Freddie Freeman is one of them as he started off the home run derby here. We've got Andrelton Simmons, Hayward, and Justin Upton, who made it as all-stars. And Craig Kimbrel did as well. Kimbrel got in there too. But I'm surprised I didn't get any starting pitchers. Medlin is not there. And he's leading with wins right now. So, I don't know, not seeing him in there, that was actually kind of disappointing. Anyway, you can see Ryan Braun is hitting now. I kind of thought about, going ahead and setting some type of manual injury, which apparently I didn't know you could do that. But when I was watching Tom's video here on how to prevent yourself from getting traded en route to the show, apparently you can set injuries for people. I was thinking about going ahead and giving Ryan Braun an injury for the rest of the season so that way he wouldn't play, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. Go ahead and comment below and let me know if I should make it so he doesn't play or not. But all right, as far as this home run derby is going right now, everybody, as you've noticed, has been able to get a ridiculous amount of home runs. Ryan Braun, I think, got the... No. It wasn't Ryan Braun. I think Ryan Braun got 11. I think Moreland got 7 or 8 home runs. Yeah, that's the smallest amount that we've been able to have in round 1 is 7 or 8 home runs. But, all right, one thing I'm going to do here, too, is we're already looking at a tiebreaker after this, but because of time, I'm going to go ahead and skip that tiebreaker. Because like I said, I mean, it took me about an hour and a half to go ahead and just play this entire home run derby. Now, I racked up a ton of XP. That was kind of nice. Every single home run that I get, it's an additional 25 experience points that I can go ahead towards, I don't know, my level. But, yeah, so I'm not going to be showing the tiebreakers. I'll let you guys know here right after, I think it's right after this one here, who ended up making it. So this should be the final home run of round 1 of the home run derby in the straightaway center. All right, so Freddie Freeman advances here after the tiebreaker with Miguel Cabrera and Jose Bautista. Andre Ethier, Robinson Cano, and Joey Votto advancing on. So I was kind of excited to get Freddie Freeman to advance. I'm playing this fair. I mean, as you guys have noticed, I'm playing as every single player. But I was thinking about just playing as Freddie Freeman, but I don't think that that would be nearly as exciting here as getting a chance to play as everybody, nor do I think it would be fair given how many home runs I am hitting for everybody. Freddie Freeman would have just been a shoo-in. But I'm just sitting back, just power swinging, of course, on every single one, going for the pop fly here if possible. And it seems to be working out very well. This is kind of refreshing to be able to be hitting these type of home runs following that last game I had with the Roldis Chapman pitching and holding me to no runs whatsoever. So I think this was very therapeutic. So Freddie Freeman not doing too hot here in the second round, but since he does lead things off here and sets the tempo for everything, who knows? Maybe he's going to be hitting, just right on par with everybody else. So Andre Ethier stepping into the left-hander's batter's box. All right, and he'll take a few swings as well. Already, he's been able to beat out Freddie Freeman. So with every single one of these home runs, making sure that he advances on. So I don't know. I'm thinking Freddie Freeman's going to be out, which is kind of sad because, like I said, I wanted somebody from the Braves to be able to win this, but I'm playing fair. So, but we're getting close to the trade deadline, of course. So I mentioned here I'm trying to get Roy Oswalt off the team, but I don't think I'm really going to be able to pick anybody up just because of the limitations that I have with money right now. I can't pick anybody up. And I think I'm pretty solid right now, too. I mean, if there's any position that I would want to go ahead and try to improve upon, it would be, on the left side of my infield. So probably third base. Andrelton Simmons has been doing pretty good here with hitting, base running, things like that. But Chris Johnson has been a letdown for me at some times defensively, especially he's been a letdown right there. But I don't think there's anybody who's really able to give up a third baseman here for like a Roy Oswalt or something like that, especially with what I'm looking for. So I'm thinking about maintaining the team, and that's something that I like doing whenever I do franchise mode is I like to keep the team together. I mean, every once in a while I'll go ahead and pick somebody up out of necessity. Like with the Tigers, I really picked up, just a few players. I got a Roldis Chapman as my setup and closer. And then I got Roy Oswalt as another starter, and he did great last year, and just doing terrible this year. So I don't think I'm going to be making too many changes because I like it being that team. So Dallas Braden really has been the only acquisition, again, besides Roy Oswalt, to the team here that's kind of made it different than what you would see if you go ahead and turn on your TV or sign into MLB TV and watch a Braves game. So, all right, Votto now. I've actually got him for the rest of this. I see him winning this home run derby. So Freddie Freeman definitely has been knocked out of contention. Now Votto only has to get, I think, a reasonable amount of home runs. I mean, he got 20 home runs in round 1. I think we'll be able to go ahead and do somewhere around there here in round 2. Okay, so another home run. Now Robinson Cano coming up here. All right, so I think I don't think I put that in here, but that's okay. About who ended up making the final two. All right, so Robinson Cano and Andre Ethier have made the finals here. So rather than going ahead and just cutting highlights out of the middle of their appearances here, I'm going to be showing the last few swings of the bat. So had one home run there. This one's going to make it an even 20 for Robinson Cano. He goes over the wall and straightaway center. That's 4 home runs in a row for him. There's out number 9. All right. The golden ball. That's going to be popped up way too high, I think. Yep. So I'm going to end it with 90. Or 20. Where did I get 90 from? What the heck? With 20 home runs right there. Gosh, that would be ridiculous. I don't think I would post it if it was 90. That would just be insane. All right, Andre Ethier now. He has to get 20 to be able to knock this into a tiebreaker. 21, of course, to be able to win this. All right, so let's see what Andre Ethier is going to be able to do. Pressure's on right now. I didn't think I'd be getting kind of nervous, especially with somebody who I've never had a chance to really be able to play as before. So that's going to make it 17 home runs here and 8 outs left to go. So since there isn't the factor so much of energy like you see with like 2K's home run derby, I think I've still got a chance to be able to do this one here. But, all right, 17 home runs, 8 outs. Dang it, that's going to be 9. 9 outs here. So I've got to get 3 home runs back-to-back to tie it up, 4 to win it. That's going to be tough to do. Usually I'll do that maybe once or twice in an at-bat here, but usually not towards the end. All right, there's 19. All right. Now it comes down to this pitch. Oh, he is still alive. Andre Ethier getting that home run. 453 feet now to win it. Oh, and he does it. Wow, when the pressure is on, Andre Ethier comes through. All right, so Andre Ethier ends up winning this home run derby. That was pretty awesome. Came down right to the end. So thanks for watching this. Like I said, I know this was going to be longer than what you would normally see here out of a video here of this show, but a lot of good things to be able to discuss about the team, what to expect in the future, stuff like that, and also a ton of fun playing this as well. So thanks again for watching, you guys. I sure do appreciate it. More of this to come later on. Again, tomorrow is the All-Star game. So thanks again, you guys. I appreciate it. And as always, I hope you guys have a good one.